On transphobic people because they wish death on me and have caused death to many, many, many of my brothers and sisters in the trans community.
Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much. I see you all and I appreciate you all so much. Um, I've been noticing that my reaction videos are getting really great traction and I'm actually kind of enjoying doing these. So today I have a new reaction video for you. And so I decided that what I wanted to do was something on, I feel that there's a lot of violence coming from the trans community, even though they say that the violence is coming from outside of the community. There's violence from everyone these days. I see that. But what I also see is this trans community not taking responsibility for their own participation in the violence in this community. So one of these clips I'm going to be reacting to is directed specifically towards me, and that I'm violent to the community and that I'm a violent person, which is so absurd and ridiculous. So, anyway, the other ones I'm going to react to today are pretty insane and pretty scary. And I decided that I want to bring attention to these types of things that I am seeing specifically myself in this community that I find very disturbing and in no way, shape, or form helping us move forward. So with that, I'm going to move forward here and do some reactions. And before I do that, though, I want to remind you to please comment. It helps me a lot. And also like and subscribe if you can and you want to, and you really like what you're seeing me doing here. It does help me a lot continue to make these videos and to push back against this insane narrative that is coming out of a community that I once felt like I belonged to, and I just don't resonate with all of this insane violence. So, with that, let's move forward here, and I'm going to react to this first one here. Let me get this rolling here. Oh God, it's just I hate it. I hate the whole thing. To be honest with you, it's so gross. Okay, here we go.
On transphobic people because they wish death on me and have caused death to many, many, many of my brothers and sisters in the
Come
trans
on.
community. I want to stab all of you to death as many times as I can. I want to stab you in the throat and twist it like I'm carving a fucking pumpkin. I want to shred you into tiny
Gross.
fucking pieces. I want to tear your fucking bones out from your goddamn body. I want to scoop your brains out
So,
with a fucking
you know,
spoon. I want to eat
really,
your fucking flesh.
really. I mean, I just sometimes don't know what to say when I see stuff like this, other than that I'm disgusted and I'm horrified that this is becoming a narrative in our community. And the weird here's the weird thing I see. Mostly I see a lot of this coming from trans women. I don't see a lot of this violence, and that says something to me. And in no way, shape, or form am I being hateful towards trans women. It is what I see. And it come to find out, I just realized the clips I picked are all trans women acting this way and saying these types of things that I don't understand why this community is not pushing back on these people. This is not helping us. This is people are using. I found these on sites of people that don't like us, by the way. So they're using these things in order to perpetuate this narrative that we're all crazy and we're all nutcases and we're all violent, which is so not true. And I'm trying to pull back and show you outside there people who have been sort of feel like the trans community is violent. I don't blame you. When I see stuff like this, I don't blame you. This is not okay. And this is really starting to make me upset and make me feel that I don't understand this community anymore. What you all want. What do you want to achieve with putting stuff like that out there? Because you're not achieving anything positive. You're only making a more negative space for all of us in this community, and I won't tolerate it, and I'm going to call all of you out on this because that has done nothing but create such a backlash for this community, and that stuff they're using against us, and you should all be ashamed of yourself for saying insane stuff like that. So that one really bugs me so much. Okay, so I'm gonna wait do you see this. Okay. What? What are you? Oh, wow, really? Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, that's scary. And you know, the the writing on there is basically just saying arm yourself. All trans people should arm themselves against turfs and against people. Like, what? Yeah, that's going to solve the problem. Violence with violence. What are you talking about? Secondly, what are you talking about, arm ourselves? Against who? Who is coming at us? People are coming at us not with guns and not with knives and not trying to kill us. They're coming at us with legislation and laws and things like that because you're doing that. That's threatening. That is actually a threat when you start to act this way and do this stuff. It's a violent threat against people who don't understand us. And I understand why now they're pushing back even harder, who want to maybe know about us. That why do you think I sit here today? All the work I have done, I feel, and on some level, the people before me is being completely destroyed because you people think violence is the way. And it is so far from, if you don't want people to attack you, why are you attacking them with this crazy stuff? I'm just, I know I keep repeating myself because I'm just disgusted in how we're moving forward in this community through violence and perpetuating this idea that we're under attack and that there's a genocide and that there's all these things. And why is it always trans women doing this? What's happening here? Um, this clip right here is pretty crazy and pretty violent and pretty upsetting. So let's watch this.
So, I mean, if you want to be a creep and ask people personal questions, you go ahead and be a fucking creep.
Wow.
All that matters is if I say I'm a woman, I'm a woman. And I don't think you're going to come tell me different. Have the day you deserve. And I mean that with no respect.
Oh, yeah. Thank you so much for that, friend. Actually, telling people to come at you and that you are so threatening. That is a threat to people. So you might think you're a woman, which is completely fine. However, you want to think of yourself. I don't care. You can be, I think of myself as a man, though I'm a biological female. I am very understanding of what's going on here in the trans space. You can think of yourself as a woman. You can want to be a woman. You can walk the world as a woman. But what you cannot do is tell somebody that threatening them to make sure that they see you as a woman or else is not going to help you or any way, shape, or form, or for anyone to see you as a woman. You know, as transsexual people, we should be grateful on some level for these opportunities to transition to be these people. I don't see this gratitude in this community. I see this entitlement and this privilege to say these things. You know, when you have gratitude for things that are given to you, such as being able to transition to live as a man or woman, your heart should be filled with love and acceptance. I don't see that. I see your heart filled with hate and anger towards people who don't understand you. That's not how you move forward, by threatening them. So, just so you know, my friend, you're not a woman. You're a trans woman, which means you're a biological male. So deal with it. Once you get that in your head, you might not be so violent and you might not be so hateful towards other people because they don't see you the way you want to be seen. This is just ridiculous. You guys, you have to get it together in your own brain before anybody else will get it together for you. And if you're threatening people to take on something that they might not believe, you're not going to get it. Threats do nothing. They push people harder against us, just so you know. And there, another trans woman threatening people. So here we go. And it's in no way or shape or form against trans women. I have many trans women friends. It's this particular type of trans woman that is ruining it for all of us. Now, this is the one I wanted to wait for last to do because this person had a whole diatribe about me and it went off on me about how violent I am. I'm going to let you watch it and then I'll comment after because it's pretty crazy. So here we go.
Really good example of this is Buck Angel. If you look at Buck Angel's page, it's literally just him attacking trans women, trans kids, and non-binary people. And it's really scary and it's really sad when people are using the privilege that they have within their community in order to perpetuate violence on that community. It doesn't make any sense to me. But as an ally, it's really important that you're critically thinking about who you're following, who you're listening to, and what they're actually advocating for. If you have a trans person who is advocating against trans rights, that might not be the best person to listen to. So here's a reminder: trans men are real men, trans women are real women, trans children deserve gender-affirming care, and non-binary people are trans and they are completely valid. And if you're a white trans guy, please be extra careful with what you're perpetuating. I was out and I was read as a trans man for a long time, for a couple of years, and I found myself replicating those things in order to keep myself safe. I get how that progression can happen, but please stop it before it becomes Buck Angel level. If you see another video made about me by Buck Angel, don't send it to me. You don't need to. I really don't need to see how violent he is. And I don't need that directed at me. So if you see it, report it, ignore it.
So basically, this person is completely upset because I called them out on their knowledge of testosterone being no knowledge at all and pretending as if it won't hurt you and it's completely fine and everything's irreversible. I was like, what? So this person puts out a lot of anti-trans rhetoric, even though they pretend they're trans. Secondly, they're not trans, they're non-binary, which is not trans. Third, as you see, this person is saying that I am a violent person. Where have I ever been violent? Where? Never have I ever been violent. I just showed you 3 videos of violence in this community. Yet this little one here decides that I'm the violent one. And if you watch this person's language, it's very cult-like. When people are in a cult, they're always told not to sort of connect with people that are not saying the same narrative, or if they leave or whatever, they get attacked. This is a real thing. So there's very cult-like language coming out of this person here. Don't follow me. Make sure that you understand how violent I am. Make sure that all the stuff I'm putting out there is hurting trans kids, hurting trans people. And remember, trans women are women and trans men are men. You can just see all the things that I say that are upsetting to this person. So they think on some level that I have lateral violence. Let me just say this, little one. I've been in this community probably longer than you have been alive. And to say those things about me, which are completely, totally untrue, not only does it hurt our community, but you're trying to divide our community now. You're not trying to help us. You're not trying to get us into a space where we all can sort of disagree to agree. You then blocked me, which is just, the immaturity of this community is so insane. But I got to remember that she's probably like 20 years old, whatever. But the fact that she's calling me violent and then telling people not to follow me or not to listen to me, that's so cult-like, it's crazy. What are you worried about people listening to me for? If you're so solid in your ways and you're so solid in believing what you believe, why do you care what I say? I don't care what you say. You can say all you want. I'm all about free speech. What will happen is I'll push back on you, which is what I'm doing right now. But you all can't seem to have that same conversation. You just block, or you just go on the internet and call me violent or transphobic or a bigot or whatever else. Everyone sees it. Everyone sees it. You're doing nothing but destroying this community. All of you. All of the people I showed you today are doing nothing positive for this community. And I'll continue to call all of you out, and I'll continue to tell you that trans kids do not exist. Those are kids who have some kind of thing going on with them. And shame on you for wanting to medicalize a little kid because of your own childhood trauma. It's gross and it's disgusting. And I'll continue to stand in front of those kids to block you from getting your grubby little hands on them so that they can grow up and figure out stuff on their own and make those irreversible choices on their own. Thanks everybody for watching. I totally appreciate you all so much. If you really like what's going on here, please subscribe. Send me a little comment if you want. And also, really, the comments do help me a lot. I so appreciate that. So I'll see you guys all on the next one. Thanks again for joining me on these. And let's get things back into space where we can all have conversations and we can all kind of push back on each other, but in a way that's respectful. I'm telling you, it will change so much about what's going on here. So have a lovely rest of your day, evening, wherever you are, and I'll see you all on the next one. Bye.